sort of
Mm-hmm.
go. Oh yeah, we're live on Instagram too.
Awesome. I see you. Okay.
All right,
What's going on, Raf?
all right. So we got John from the Airbrush Party Network.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you you want to talk about the getting everything started about parties? How to,
Yes. So what I want to do is I want to introduce the fellow airbrush artists to airbrush party favors. I know everybody as an airbrush artist, you're a natural hustler. You're always looking for money to be made, and I want to introduce to those that don't know, haven't heard, or would like to, but don't know how to enter the industry. You're more than welcome to add me on Instagram. This is the airbrush station that fun, or this is my events page where you can see the different events that you can be doing yourself in your hometown. You don't even need to go across state lines. In your town, there's already so many businesses, so many corporate events. I'm pretty sure there's tons of schools, universities that you can capture. Make sure you also add me a John V973. That is my personal portfolio. And there I have more custom stuff, but the arts of in events is really what I wanted introduced to all of you guys. So I want to touch up on the basics, on the benefits of being in this network, because even Ralph right here, he is part of a network of artists that we have created in Texas alone. See, I'm in San Antonio. Ralph is in Houston.
yeah.
Then we have Ernesto. He's more Austin, and there's plenty of other airbrush artists in Dallas from Celebrity Airbrush, and there's other local artists that we like to call and do events with. And I wanted to make this like nationwide network where I constantly get phone calls and emails from people that want to do parties in like Ohio, Colorado. January 5th, I will be in Oklahoma City doing a 3 day event over there.
Oh wow.
Uh, I know Darwin is always going to Las Vegas as well as New York. Uh, Ernesto from Airbrush Favors, he's always flying to California, and it's like all these events that local airbrush artists can be monetizing it, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and definitely if let's say big companies like Airbrush Events as well, they have artists all over the United States, and they're already making a living off of this. I've been making a living off of this for the past 2 years. In December marks when I quit my job, uh, and it's been wonderful. I've been living off of only events. I have not really done. I have done a couple of T-shirts here and there, but I have focused all my business into doing events, and I want to teach everybody in here the do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, how to properly sell yourself in the internet, how to set yourself up even before you get hit up by a client. When you get hit up by a client, what do you say? What questions do you ask? How do you price it? How do you know you're pricing? How do you know you're not leaving money on the table? So all of this, we could definitely be helping you guys on expanding your business and making more money in the business.
Yeah. I'm looking up your thing so I can put it on the scrolling thing where we can have your Instagram on there.
Hmm.
So it'll be there. So if anybody have any questions or they want to go look on there, they can go straight to your and add them to their Instagram so they can get the updates as well, like you post them.
Hmm. So another of the benefits of being live at events is you're always in a different area. Like, don't get me wrong, I used to be in the oil field. I've worked at restaurants. Um, and I even worked for a company airbrushing water slides for Disney, Universal Studios, and museums all around the world. And I even quit that job because my events was getting so busy I couldn't keep up with invoicing, with payroll, emailing clients back on time, because emailing your customer back ASAP is crucial to your business growth. So that is some things that I want to touch on is is doing events. To me, it's a beautiful thing. You know, you don't need to learn to do high detail portraits. You don't need to do, cars, motorcycles, murals. You don't need that kind of skills. All you need to learn to do is names, in script, maybe practice your handwriting and a couple of colors in the background. And listen, you're already making money. You're making t-shirts and hats, banging out one hat every 2 minutes, and you're gonna get paid the same as you work an entire week at a regular 9 to 5 job
Yeah.
in today's world. So why not multiply that? Keep that going. Why don't you try to get at least minimum one of these gigs a week? You're technically already got the same amount as if you were working your 9 to 5, you know. But
Yeah.
if you do it correctly, I think you could definitely capture. And there's been weeks where I've been blessed to have 3, 4 events. Sometimes I'm already booked at an event and I have to send other artists to other events somewhere else. My events normally require from one all the way up to 8 artists. So I have like 4 artists here in San Antonio, and then the remaining artists I call Darwin, and Darwin will send me some of his artists. I think I saw Eric. He's on the feed right now. What's up,
Yeah.
Eric? And and that is the connection. See, now we charge each other the same, so that way, when I'm billing my customers, I know what I'm gonna bill, regardless of who I'm gonna send. I already know my budget, my parameters on what I could do that day.
Yeah. Yeah. The as far as what like the hats, well, you about the everybody that's got know how to do all the items that you offer, like the
Yeah,
shirts, the hats, the cups.
yeah. There's simple stuff. Now begin though. If you're just starting up, start small, start basic, start with only t-shirts and hats.
Yeah.
Later on, as you progress, you can start seeing, oh, well, how well can you paint? How fast can you paint on a basketball? How fast can you do water bottles? Hoodies and stuff like that. That is there are more logistics to that. But definitely, anybody can definitely start with t-shirts and hats, and it's is your basic. And just like I was pointing out, it's a world where you're always traveling, you're always in different venues. Sometimes you get to eat all kinds of different foods. You get to meet
Yep.
all kinds of people of power, like you meet sometimes celebrities as people with money. Putting yourself in those rooms is what's gonna get you money. Is what's gonna get you in the right places. Um, so you want to monetize those moments.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost hearing
Can
somehow.
you not hear?
My
Uh,
headphone went out.
oh. The
Go ahead.
and the other thing is that you do get once you start one party, it networks off of that. People come in, get your card. The
Hmm.
but you, like a lot of people like I know one thing for parties for sure is that it's the respectful thing is like if it's your party, you don't give those people your information. You got to as an artist, I would have to give them your information to contact you.
Correct, correct. Um, if you guys can go ahead and follow Airbrush Party Network, find me on Facebook and on Instagram and even on TikTok. Airbrush Party Network underscores in between, and there I've been posting uh, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I want to keep it short.
Yeah.
And one of those videos is called The Unwritten Rule. All right. Nobody tells you that, but yes, that is correct. The unwritten rule is whoever called you, you're representing them. Whether it is another airbrush artist, you're representing that airbrush artist, or if it's a party planner. Now that could go both ways because now this party planner, they might not care. They're already making their money, and I like to personally ask them before the event starts. Hey, um, will you want me to put out your business card, or is my business card okay? They're like, no, no, go ahead, put out yours. See, so they don't care. They
Yeah.
want me to get the business. Some party planners, they like what's called white labeling. That is another video that is in the Airbrush Party Network Instagram, and it also speaks about party planners that like to be a one-stop shop. You got to be ready to represent them as well. Your setup also, no logos for that one event. For your events, yes, put your logos, business cards everywhere you want, even T-shirts with your own logo. But be prepared to have a white label setup so you could represent others as well.
Yeah. And I put, like I said, I put your IG right there on the TikToker that's running on the bottom. The TikTok.
Okay.
So people
Yeah.
get have any questions, it's right there. You can see it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And anybody can also send me messages in there, ask me questions as well. I'm always willing to help everybody out. There's one video that I haven't done, but there was somebody that had asked me a question. Um, I'm just gonna answer them right here, and I'm going to clip it later. But I was asked by this fellow airbrush artist that one of my videos, I want to, where are they? Here we go. One thing that I recommend for those that are starting out, I like to recommend those that you do not need to carry your 32-ounce bottles of paint because I know a lot of us that started. I started like this, carrying these things,
Yeah.
a box, like unnecessary. But I get it. You do not know how much paint you're going to need for these events, so you just want to be prepared. But even for a tournament, like maybe carry double the white, if anything.
Yeah.
Um, but I recommend everybody that instead of carrying your 32 ounce of E-Tech,
E-Tech.
private stock right here from Chino, shout out to Chino. I recommend getting these Equate bottles from the travel section at Walmart and refill these 3-ounce bottles. And one of these bottles, they're good for about 2 to 3 events. If you're just doing t-shirts and hats, this is more than enough.
Yeah.
You're going to survive. Just make it a habit to always make sure that these are refilled, at least these. Your guns, it has whatever paint is on it, but these are crucial to your survival.
You know, I've yet to
Mm-hmm.
run out of paint. I ran out of paint maybe once or twice. Peak,
Mm-hmm.
hot peak. That was it. Yeah, and we got
Yeah.
the what the little 3-ounce bottles that we use.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
I've yet to run out of paint, but that is a good thing to have the smaller bottles, some backups like that.
Yeah. Now that
Yeah.
also goes to traveling light. You want to come into an event professional because that's now what I want to teach everybody is that professional setup. You don't want to
Yeah.
roll in like you're gonna go set up at a flea market because now you're in a professional setting, in a professional party,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So you want that professional money, you need to look like one. So with that comes to uh, minimizing your setup, your display, less is more. Before when you're setting up live at events like a swap meets or softball tournaments, you have to display it all
Yeah.
because that's the only way that you're gonna sell it is if they see it.
Yeah. It's a
But
visual thing.
but an event, you don't need to set up everything out. You can just set up the minimum. So these bottles right here will lighten up your load and you will still survive. And the question by this person was, I need the siphons that go in it. Where do you find these? So because I normally carry from my airbrushes have a 2-ounce. Now these, I've been finding it harder and harder to find at Walmart. The 2 ounces, these were $1 just for the bottle. The 3-ounce bottles are now more common in the travel section. But
Okay.
to get the siphon, though. So if you want to stick to the 3 ounce bottles, you have plenty of paint here. I'm telling you. You need to go to. I just had it in my hand, and then it disappeared.
You see, but I think now with that though, you have to. Some people have to adjust their hose, on their setup, their hose set for the holding bottles. Uh, because are they the same diameter, or is it different? They're one's bigger than the other
No.
diameter wise.
No, no. Well, the diameter, yes. If you're not talking about this diameter, this
Yeah,
should be at 1 inch, and this should be, if not inch and a half or 2 inches. So if your setup it is set to hold a 2 ounce bottles or a 1 ounce, you might need to make the holes a little bit bigger. Or my setup has holes drilled, so yes, I will have to drill the holes bigger. But if you just have two pieces of wood together and it's just like holding, kind of like this, like my hand, just holding them,
yeah,
it should be no problem. Um, there I found the siphon. So the siphons you get it from this is Coast Airbrush, and pay attention to 24 mil. The 24 mil is what will fit this 3 ounce bottles exactly. Look, the straw
oh, go all
reaches
the way
it
to the bottom.
perfectly.
Yeah,
It locks really tight, and these are the best caps that you could get. So you get a $1 bottle, and you get this. These are like $3.75, but this is a forever cap, to be honest. So
yeah,
24-inch from Coast Airbrush, $3.75, and this is how you make Walmart also part of your setup with these. And this is, I think they're like $1 each, technically. So this is $4, $1 each, unless you want to go ahead and get it online and buy a box of them, which of course buying them by the hundreds, you get it like for 25 cents, 10
yeah.
cents per bottle. Great. But if you don't got that money, and I know we all have at least a Walmart available, you can definitely begin with these 3 ounce bottles. Because that person that had mentioned in the comment, he said that he has a ton of those. He just needed to know where can he get the caps.
Oh yeah. I know somebody who packs big 30 big bag of paint. Like I know it comes in
Yeah.
handy. You think it comes in handy. You think you're gonna need
Hmm.
it, but you don't really need that much paint.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
Travel lighter.
yeah,
Easels as well. You can start traveling lighter. Some people carry those easels, the studio easels that
yeah,
they're made out of wood. Unnecessary. All you need is the aluminum ones that you could get at not at Home Depot, at Hobby Lobby, at Michaels.
we have
They
Texas
sell these,
like that. Yeah,
and it collapses really small, and that should be no problem. If you want to get even a smaller setup, there's the table display,
oh,
and
look at
that's
that.
it.
Yeah,
Just for a table, all right. You want to start light because if later on you start doing as you get bigger, you're gonna want to be doing, events maybe now outside of your city. You're gonna now start traveling, maybe flying. You're gonna start to need to develop a smaller setup that's travel size, and that goes. We'll be talking about that later on in the series about now traveling events because again, that is another beauty of doing events, and it is that you never know who is going to land a great gig outside of your city. I've been blessed to again partner up like with Darwin with Airbrush Events, Airbrush Favors. I've partnered up with Delta Airbrush guy as well, Mr. Hoodbrush from California. I have partnered up also with Everything Airbrush Plus. We have done events for each other, and I'm telling you that I sometimes get to travel thanks to this guys. Like Darwin had landed an event in California, so I
mhm,
was out there for like I think it was 2 days, as well as airbrush events. They landed an event in Las Vegas, and they needed like 20, 18, 20 artists, and we stood there a couple of days as well, airbrushing for a big corporate event. So it's like that is another of the beautiful part is that you're gonna get paid to travel as well. But
Yeah.
that is in the long run. For right now, I want to teach everybody start small in your hometown and capture these leads because it has only brought me, like all the majority of my events are here in San Antonio, if not Austin.
Yeah.
And
Close proximity.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to go to Houston because I know Darwin is in Houston. And if that comes, if I'm busy, I hand it over to Darwin, and Darwin represents me for that day, as well as Eric. Eric has represented me, has been in some of my events a couple of times as well. So it's this beauty of network. Now, something we're gonna have to fight the current though, because as you know, Kelly, not every artist is friendly with other airbrush artists.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so we have to fight this old school mentality of gatekeeping,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like they don't. You're kind of deep inside of you. You're almost afraid of letting somebody know your secrets because they're gonna come and take your food, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and you as a man, as a business owner, you can't allow the competition to come in and take what you've been working hard on. But
Yeah.
modern times, and in this industry, you cannot make it alone. It doesn't matter how great, how good you are. Most of these events are going to require more than one artist. What happens when that day comes? You're gonna
Oh, you
decline
froze
that
up on
one
me.
day.
Oh, you had froze up.
Yeah, you have froze up too. So I
Oh,
guess we lost.
yeah.
So these gigs are gonna be so large, and what you're gonna do if you don't have backup? You're gonna decline this big money then?
Yeah.
That this big gigs, these big corporations, they're always looking to do more events, either for the company or for some kind of employee um, events, maybe a customer events. And if they have multiple stores or warehouses, it's like it could trickle into bigger, better things.
Yeah. Brand stuff, brand events and stuff like that. I see a lot of those.
Yeah, activations, all of that. So you, by being in a network of artists in your hometown, is like is nothing gonna bring is gonna bring nothing but benefits to you and those around you because now this industry is booming, and in order even for me to grow, I need more people in my team. But I don't want to call other artists my team per se, like you're only working for me, because you're still a freelance airbrush artist. You're still free to go and get hired with whoever you want. But we cannot get caught up in our feelings if this person is getting more events than you.
Yeah.
Because now, if he's getting more events, then you're going to be now his main guy. So your calendar is now going to be full from your own events and his events as well. Me and Ernesto here, and even sometimes with Darwin, we have to call up each other because we're using the same guys. We're like, hey man, I have an event on the 21st. Oh, me too. Uh, is Juan available? Oh no, I already have Juan at an event in Dallas this weekend. Okay. Do you have anybody else? Okay, well I have this person. She's going to Austin at, at 10 in the morning to 2. Okay, great. My event is a 6 to 10. So she's going to be in Austin. Perfect. See, so we communicate, and
Yeah.
we actually have done it multiple times where we have collaborated and actually gave jobs to other people and worked out their whole schedule by this communication between us. And it's a beautiful thing. So imagine in other major cities, like Ohio has major cities in there. Like all states really have at least like three big
Big hubs.
cities,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Hubs. So now imagine if you had one artist in every city, dude, your business just grew 3 times.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like, okay, let them get their events, but somehow still people find me in Houston and in Austin. I have zero marketing, zero SEOs in Houston, but somehow people in Houston, well, not even so much Houston, in Ohio, Orlando, New Jersey, Vegas, in California, they've been hitting me up a lot. It's like, well, how the hell are you guys even finding me?
Yeah.
So
They finding you. So hey.
I mean, as long as you're uh, uh, feeding the algorithm is gonna know what to do with your stuff.
Yeah.
And if somebody finds you, then great. With that, I have seen artists from Miami get events in Chicago. Yet there's a ton of artists in Chicago. Somehow, the world magically gave it to that person in Florida, and who knows who was searching it.
Yeah.
But if you already have a presence online properly, you could be capturing in this events.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and so there's money to be made for everybody. I think I have in my notes.
So as far as like
Go
you
ahead.
want to start right now, like right now we're talking about the intro of getting into it. Uh
Yes.
that's just I think probably like start telling how you have a smaller east. I know we were talking about the setup and the paint bottles, but
Hmm.
something like I know when I was doing that, I got like 4 or 5 different uh easels that I was trying to work out to make it work right. To get it just right,
Hmm.
to make it compact. It's not overbearing, and it serves its
Yes.
purpose for shirts, hats. I can do anything out of it. So that's one of the things that I think somebody need to know, as the bottles, uh, a small table, whatnot. I think just figuring out how to make a smaller setup and before you get out there, because if anybody call you,
Yes.
you want to be prepared.
We I think we are all in the pursuit of creating the ultimate airbrush setup, or the mobile setup, let's call it,
Yeah,
because that is something that we in the industry, in the airbrush period, we struggle with. We have to scavenger amongst other industries like the makeup industry,
yeah,
toolboxes, to come up with our own travel. How we're gonna carry our compressor, how we're gonna carry our airbrushes, our paint, right? So we're rolling into all these events and places because if you look up airbrush stuff, everything is studio stuff. There's
yeah,
nothing for the traveling.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now, airbrush events did a great setup, and they have patented their setup to be traveling all of their events. They're always out of state, even though he's right now based in Vegas. But all of his artists travel. They're always traveling because of him. And he has a particular setup only built for traveling events.
and they got
Um,
uniformity too. They all look the same.
really clean.
Yeah,
That's standards. That's standards, and that is what we want to
uniformity.
build across the board. So it doesn't matter who you hired to represent you in another state or in another city. Their setup is going to be so clean, and that customer is still going to be satisfied with their service, and they're still going to be calling you, even though you had sent somebody else. But you were all growing as an industry together. You see, so that person is benefiting, I'm benefiting. There's a good word of airbrushing now going around because they loved your services. The
Yeah,
worst thing you want is somebody trash talking about, oh man, no, don't get airbrush artists. I had an airbrush artist at my party once, and he was so bad and so messy, and it, shirts were all over the place. So it's like this bad experience. Now they're gonna spread that word,
yeah.
and that
So
is
you're gonna
hurting
get bad
all
word.
of us
Yeah,
because
yeah,
now that person is gonna go back home, and next time he has an event, whether for his home or business, maybe he's an owner of a big corporation, he already heard that, oh no, don't get airbrush artists. There was already a bad rep about it.
yeah.
See, so you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting all of us.
Everybody.
So if this one airbrush artist looks good and does a great job, now there's going to be great advertising for all of us.
Yeah,
You see, so the industry begins to grow. One thing that I've noticed is like, yeah, at every event, they even have conventions about face painting and balloon twisting.
yeah,
It's like even DJs have, okay, florists, cake designers, event venues, but nothing with airbrush. What do you find
Well,
about airbrush? The art circus. Yeah, you
yeah,
know.
you had that. I think David Bonnie just had a T-shirt class.
See, okay, t-shirt classes. But one thing that this uh, airbrushing places don't teach you is how to sell it,
Yeah,
how to make money off of it. On Facebook, you can definitely go on Facebook and find many pages that would tell you how to paint portrait, how to paint a card, how to pinstripe. Okay, how much money? How much does it cost? How can I sell it? How should I promote myself? Who is my target audience? All this stuff is crucial to the business.
yeah,
Unless you just want to be a hobby, then sure, go ahead and learn how to do your hobby. But I'm here to teach those that are hungry to make a living out of their passion,
yeah,
out of what they really want to do in life.
yeah,
And it's across the United States. There's many of us already doing it, but in the party industry alone is millions of events per year. Let me see. If if I exit the app real quick like this, can you still see me?
no,
No, you lost my.
yeah. I lost your video.
Oh, damn
I
it.
still hear you, but can't see you.
Hurry. Now here.
Yeah,
Okay. I had.
I think and I think some people have parties. I think it's based on how many items you can do per item or what per hour. How many
Mhm.
items can what different items do you offer? You
Yes.
know,
All of that.
or it's a I got 100 hats, or I have 50 hats. Is it a minimum that you would take?
Now that all goes into quoting. That is another video, the Airbrush Party Network, where uh, I talk about it, but in this episodes, if make sure you follow the Air Graphics podcast and make sure you follow Ralph Kelly because we'll be discussing more later on about the proper ways how to quote and why you need to quote it this way to benefit you and to CYA, you need to cover your ass because
Yeah,
now there's contracts in this. All right, follow up emails, all of that stuff. So that we'll be talking about it later, but definitely that is something that we'll be keeping an eye on how many hats can you paint. It's not how many hats you're gonna bring; it's how many hats can you paint per hour.
yeah,
So now in the contract, you're gonna be promising them, okay, how many hats can you do within 1 hour? Let's say 20, a startup. I know I can do about 45 to 50 hats an hour if I need to.
yeah.
If like time crunch, okay, I'll do it. That's not what I want to be doing because as quantity goes up, quality goes
You
down.
still have to keep that quality, that same
Right?
quality.
You still want them to get a decent piece that they're gonna be impressed by it and go home and show other family members and spread the word, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So that is part of the quoting part that you need to know yourself. If you know you can do 20 an hour, then you know you can start selling packages of 60 in 3 hours.
yeah.
Now, are you going to do it by yourself? Are you also going to need an assistant? What events require an assistant? Other events don't require an assistant. For me, I prefer assistants.
I first listened.
Sometimes, if this party is small enough, and let's say it's a 3 hour event, and I only got to do 60, well, I know I can do it in 2 hours, but I'm going to do all three by myself and just take my sweet time and talk to the people so now they get a longer show. All
Yeah,
right, because now you're an entertainer. So the longer you're there, the more they get to see you. They don't want you to be packing up in the middle of the event and leaving because you knocked out. Oh yeah, you're pretty fast. I could do all these things. Listen, you're an entertainer. I understand you're able to do the 50 hats in the first hour, but it's best if you plan it out correctly and set it correctly so that way you can stay there longer, be a better showman. And now check this out. I wrote me some notes. This is a while back, but it. I just so happened to use ChatGPT to give me some statistics uh, to know about the industry, And I asked it how many events like parties, uh, from corporate events to birthday parties, holidays, and stuff like that. What kind of celebrations are there in a year? And it says 15 million events yearly.
Damn.
Now, if you were to do 60 events in 1 year, that is 0.04% of the industry.
It ain't scratching the surface.
Dude, if I think Airbrush Events had announced in their page, so make sure you follow Airbrush Events. This is all motivation. You want to watch other people that are good in the industry, that they're setting up the example. You want to lead, if they're leading, you want to follow, you want to watch. What is the standards? So make sure you follow Airbrush Brothers. Make sure you follow Airbrush Events. There's Airbrush Favors, anything Airbrush Plus, uh, Airbrush Station, that fun, that's me.
You got
All these
celebrity airbrush.
Celebrity Airbrush, yeah. And in California, there's airbrushfavors.com. So there's so many out there. There's more to be mentioned. Um, and definitely grab those pages and learn, absorb, watch the videos. What are they doing? What are they not doing? Even how to capture your videos. It's definitely going to help you. That's more we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, because you
They,
definitely need to have videos and pictures of the event of people, your artist painting, and of the crowd. You know,
you want to capture the whole event, not just yourself, not just that you painted a hat. Show what is going on, the energy, the vibes that your airbrush is giving, how they're making people feel. Maybe get some reactions in there, some smiling faces.
yeah,
All of that stuff, it feeds into what you want to portray in your page. So whoever crosses upon your page, they can feel it and they want to buy your product or even
yeah,
at least save it for later.
yeah.
So Airbrush Events have posted that they did 400 events in 1 year. That means that they did one event per day, like a what is that? Is that one a day, like 1.2 events per day in a full year?
Yeah.
Imagine that many events. They only captured 0.27%. Not
I
even a
mean,
1%. We haven't even broken the one. It's 0.27%. And they have like 30 airbrush artists across the United States.
damn.
Okay, Texas alone, we have 10% in Texas, let's say. So there's about 1.5 million events in 1 year, just for us. 1.5. That means, breaking it down, 125,000 events monthly. Again, these are from birthday parties to weddings, corporate events, universities, high schools,
Bar
uh,
mitzvahs.
bar mitzvah. They all have massive events, community events. They just bring tons of people, and they're always looking for vendors. You're always going to find, yeah, you're always going to find somebody selling something somewhere. So make sure you're looking for these events. Yeah, I see. No, not just the weekends. I've done events on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like
Yep.
corporate events. They like to do it between the week as well as sororities, universities, because on the weekends they're off, so they don't want nothing to do with work or school. So their students or their employees, they set them up for events Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't think I've done an event on a Monday, uh, but they're out there.
Yeah.
You just gotta know who is partying. Maybe Google that. Excuse me. Who is partying on a Monday? Look it up.
Yeah.
You never know what kind of industry, what industry you could get yourself in, and you'll fill up your schedule that way. So, again, in a monthly here in Texas alone, it's 125,000 events per month. That means that 40, I asked how many party planners are in Texas, and of course, it's like it's hard to tell, but it told me that there's about 40,000 event planners in Texas alone. So
Wow.
40,000, and I'm like barely uh, have good relations with like maybe five of them, and those five are see party planners will be your best selling tactic right there because they are your salesmen. They're dedicated to doing events, right? A party planner. So that is who I'm going to be teaching you guys who to go after. And and uh and these event planners, they are gonna be your scouts. They're gonna be selling you. They're gonna be promoting you, and you don't even need to be capturing all these events yourself. These party planners will keep you busy as is alone. So I know, and I used to work for some companies where their bread and butter was like four or five other entertainment companies, and that's it. But they were constant, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, two to three parties per day on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, and that kept me busy for my first like 11 years doing events. I never needed to even do a business card. I never needed a website. I never even needed an Instagram. Nothing. This guy was keeping me so busy. Uh, Shout out to the other air graphics in New York, in
Oh
New
yeah, I know.
Jersey. So the other airbrush, air graphics. That's who I started with, and he kept me so busy, and I was grateful. I never needed to hand out a business card because I was his right hand man, and it was day in and day out, just events, events, events. So I never needed to really open up a store or set up shop anywhere because thankfully when I started airbrushing, I got thrown in a bar mitzvah. The first day I was able to do a dagger stroke, a little line, you like, good enough. Boom, I was already doing parties.
Oh wow.
So my 20 years of airbrushing has been nothing but events.
Yeah, so you know, so if anybody know anything about it, you know something about it.
Yeah, man, it's now I saw Ed had asked the question there. What was that?
I'm sure you had your. Oh, there you go.
I'm sure you've had your share. I think there was another one before this one.
I know it was air.
So this is not just a
We
weekend thing. Yeah, correct. It is not just a weekend thing.
and then it was Eric
Ed,
was,
okay. Eric, okay.
and then it
Event.
was
What was it? Go back. I didn't see the Eric. Events are making
making me
well,
quit my full
well,
time job.
oh yeah. Yep. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Eric stay busy now. He's always gone.
I mean, now you just gotta double up on what you're doing. Keep following. Call me up, man. If you ever need some guidance about anything, I have some other airbrush artists as well that have called me, messaged me. I have um, I have Eddie from Chicago that he's always messaging me, calling me, and he's always running things by me, advising. Also, some other airbrush artists from Colorado, Ohio, New Jersey, Florida. They definitely they message me like whatever you got going on, man. Hit me up and I can help you through it to make sure you capture and you don't let that client slide or lose money on this. You know, if you're not sure how to quote it because they're asking some ridiculous stuff, they could get funky.
Yeah,
Um,
and they can try to cut your price down low. They
I
try to.
mean, there's ways um, to give a better deal. But if it comes to giving a discount, your discount is not going to touch your profits. So what you do is you change up in the packages to fit their budget, but not cut your profit.
Yeah, yeah.
So keep that in mind. I saw another question by Ed.
Uh, no, that was
Last
it.
one. Okay, I'm sure you've had to share your
Oh,
share of that one customer that is unbearable to work with. Um, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I can tell you that yes, there's some clients that they get neat that they start nitpicking everything that you do. They want to see pictures. Hey, can I see this? Can you send me a sample? How about if I do this? They're always throwing and mixing it around. Okay, push through. These clients are not everywhere. They're not all the time. Okay, you're gonna end up. I think this is a video that I have coming up, but I've come to discover that so far for me, I've seen two type of clients, and is the client that sees your invoice, don't even flinch, and they just pay for it. Boom, they don't care. And then you got your other client that is probably shopping around, has multiple questions. Maybe they already had some experience. Uh, Maybe they like planning their own events, so they like to be in the day to day when it comes to knowing it all, and they want to make sure that they get the best deal. So that's where your salesman is gonna come in and uh, and make sure that you know what questions to ask, because it seems like this person is concerned, but concerned about what, right? So you want to make sure you're um, solving their problems, and and you're doing your best to keep that person interested, within their budget, within their means. Pull through, and maybe this person, because they know that you're great to work with now and flexible. I've been complimented a lot about that. Thank you for being flexible. Thank you for working with me. Or the party planner calls me back like, listen, I know this client is horrible, but I really thank you a lot.
You got to stay
So
professional.
stay professional. They're gonna cherish that. A lot of party planners, they're gonna say that, okay, well, I got a guy that can definitely help us out with whatever's going on. I like to also, uh, once I get like this in a conversation with a party planner, I like to sometimes throw it in there that, hey, if you ever need any assistance with anything else, I'm your creative design guy. But hold the horses right there. That is because I've been doing events for so long, and I've actually even planned a couple of parties. Um, and I used to do also centerpieces and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I know where to get all the vendors for an event. I tend to sometimes put my foot in my mouth. So this is my
Yeah,
story. And sometimes I bite more than I could chew. So if you don't have nothing else to offer, just yes,
don't.
agree, get the job done. But
Yeah,
me, I do it. You probably uh, might go a little bit through this because you also offer photo booths, right?
yeah,
So then, and you do caricatures, and you do the airbrushing on tiers. So you have multiple items in your menu
yeah.
that you can offer, right? So now it's like, okay, if you're doing the caricatures, who's doing the airbrush? Uh, and then this client, they want a better bundle deal, uh, and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure
I found
that.
myself in a bind a couple of times doing it because I
Uh huh.
try to be greedy a little bit and try to do both of them,
Uh
but
huh.
then it's like you up, you down, you up, you paint the hats, then you draw on a character, you
Yeah.
so
No.
and if you notice if you're at a party, it's and
Mhm.
if it's a big party or like it's one of the sorority, they're
Mhm.
non-stop on you, and they always
Yeah.
want to change something, or they
Yeah.
want yeah they want they some people
Mhm.
go off the script a lot too. You know, there's like
Yeah.
they don't want to do one of the designs, they want to do something different. So you got to
Mhm.
be able to keep them from going off the script because if you do one custom hat for one person, it's going to start a chain event and everybody's going to start wanting to do something different.
Correct. Correct. It's going to be a domino effect, and you don't want that. That is where you learn to tell everybody, hey, listen. Unfortunately, you got to choose one of my designs. These are built for speed, and I got to make sure that everybody leaves out of here with at least one item. And
Yeah,
your design is going to take me a lot longer, and it might trickle into. So I rather please keep it right here. So you learn your script,
yeah.
and to tell people, the majority of them, they will understand, like, oh, okay, okay, I get it, and they will go with whatever. It's a free item. They have no real choices.
That's where it
you know
comes into having a good assistant. Like,
hmm
your assistant be able to knock all that all the noise down for you, so you don't have to
Oh
worry
yeah.
about it. You just focus on doing what you're there for. So that's
Oh yeah.
another thing you probably need to bring into this event is how an assistance, how to train a good assistant, and what assistants should be able to do for you.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. No, that is something else we're gonna be touching up on the benefits of having assistants, what they should be doing, what not to do, um, and stuff when shit hits the fan as well. You
Yeah.
know, but assistance is definitely going to be a big part of it, and we'll be discussing more about all of that later on.
All right. So
But
how often do you want to do these? You want to do these like maybe once a week? Because it's kind of hard to tie me down sometimes. Because man,
no, I'm a
anyway,
busy guy, man. I have not sat down today. I finished up an order that I had, and I needed to do this slides for a retro game called Madness.
oh yeah,
Um, there's a lot of detail in there, and it came with a hoodie, and I just cooked a turkey and green bean casserole and nonstop while babysitting.
yeah. So
And
I know, like I said, I have David probably hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday. I know Christmas is Thursday,
hmm
so we're going to try to touch base on another day next week or this week. I don't know. Well, Christmas is Thursday.
yeah,
And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So whatever next day you want to do,
if
we'll have a better advance on it.
if anything, we're gonna keep reposting this video now live. We're letting you know the strategy that I'm thinking because it also falls on the fellow artists that are watching this for them to also spread the word because I'm pretty sure you know other airbrush artists that might be interested on learning some of these things that we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about. So we're gonna actually, I say, let's begin January. Everybody, let's enjoy your holidays, but keep this video on the loop for everybody to learn what's to come and begin following and get ready. So that way, when we do begin our first episode, this was just the introduction of what's to come. We'll now have more people. Oh, I see. Thank you for that, Mark. Yes, so there's going to be uh, more to come. We need you guys to spread the word, and we're all going to grow together, grow the industry. And again, everything after the holidays. Sorry, I'm reading. We
yeah.
have to give our
Okay, coming
assistants
in
credit.
now.
Oh yeah, Eric. We'll be talking about more about the assistants. I had to be assistant. My first like 10 events was also me being an assistant as well. I was airbrushing, and half of the time, if I'm not airbrushing, I'm at least an assistant.
Yeah,
And you get to
assistants
see,
don't really get their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no,
They're
no,
like
no.
they're a big part of the whole thing too. So
They
yeah,
are your face. Where your face is turned the other way,
yeah,
they are the face of your company. So they
yeah,
need to be well prepared to represent you. And sometimes I'm listening and I hear them answering questions. I'm like, oh, that was very good. That was very
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. So they got
Uh,
to give it their flowers too.
yeah, yeah. But definitely, guys, make sure you keep sharing. Make sure you follow Ralph, the Air Graphics podcast. Make sure you follow Airbrush Party Network as well. And we'll be talking more later on.
All right. So I'm like I said, I'll send you. I can send a copy of this to you, and it'll be on YouTube. This will be on YouTube, so you can get it
Yes,
off of there.
sir.
Watch it at any
Sure
time.
thing. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, John.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ralph. See you,
All right.
everybody.
All right. Have a
Appreciate
good
you.
one.
Thanks. Bye.